What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony here at the Breakout Daily. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Today, guys, we've got an awesome show. We're going to be going through another stack of CGC books I just got back. They were on the fast track. We're going to talk a little bit about that again. And also, don't forget that I will be doing my CGC preparation video, the step beyond sorting, which is where I go through each comic book and start to dirty grade. That's going to be one of my next videos that I drop. So you're not going to want to miss that. If you missed the sorting video, go back to the playlist and check that out, guys. So we have, I think like 11 books here today. Let's dive into the video. All right, so in one of my previous videos, I talk about sorting your books and the different ways to, or the different tiers to submit CGC books, and this is no exception. These were all fast track books. There's several reasons why I fast track. The primary reason being I wanted to get grades. These are not all keys, but most of them are keys, and then some of these I am going to end up selling. Some of these are going into my PC. Let's dive into some CGC books and talk through my thoughts on these guys. It is the morning time. Let me get a drink of coffee. All right. First guy on the list is the new Ghost Rider, issue number 1. This is the Clayton Crane variant. This is a limited book. It is Ghost Rider issue 1. You guys can hopefully see that. And this is limited 850 copies. This came back a 9.8. Absolute gorgeous book. I did get the Ghost Rider up on the top there. I prefer to add the logo or the caricature to the top of the slabs. It does cost extra money. You are forewarned there. I wouldn't do that with every book. And really, you don't have every book to be able to match the character with what's going on. Virgin cover, absolutely gorgeous book. This came back in a 9.8, and rightfully so. I was expecting a 9.8 from that guy, nothing less. Next book, actually, let's do this book last. It is a big Spider-Man key. Here is another really nice book. This is Black Panther 1 from 2009. This is the Ken Lashley variant. 9.6 is what I got on this guy. It is a wraparound cover, which is another nice thing with these, with getting your comics graded. Anyways, came back at 9.6. I'm happy with this grade. This book presented as a 9.6, 9.8. Now that I'm looking at it, it definitely was a 9.8 candidate. Gorgeous book. I'm sure he's on the cover. Nice spec book as well. Again, did I take this? Guess I took that bag off. Another nice book. Here's another cool modern book. This is Moon Knight number 1, and it is the Yoon Virgin right here. And guys, if you're interested in any of these books, feel free to reach out to me at IG at Break Period Out Daily. You'll have to do it quick. They may be gone by the time this video posts, but nonetheless, this is the Bird City Comics Virgin exclusive, limited to 1,000 copies. This also came back in a 9.8. And again, I did the Moon Knight character up on the corner. I think this is an incredible looking book and very well executed cover by Yoon and Bird City Comics. That will probably end up in a Moon Knight sale that I am planning. Next book I was very happy with. Very, very happy. This and one other book I was ecstatic about. This is Batman Beyond Special Origin issue number 1. This is the promo comic, and it is a 9.8. Super sought after book, especially in a 9.8. I posted a picture. I've had 2 of these now in 9.8s. I posted a picture of this, and within minutes, I had several people asking for pricing and if I'm going to sell it. There that is. Gorgeous book. Unfortunately, for some reason, CGC needs to get some DC characters for the labels. I feel like in that world, the label world, they need to open that, just open the gate up some. The next one, this one was my biggest disappointment, and reading the grader's notes, and this might be one of the only ones. Open up the iPad. This might be one of the only ones with grader's notes here. Let me open this up. See if this is correct. Yes. Actually, there's two of them with creator's notes. This is Marvel .1, first appearance of New Nova, Sam Alexander, Adam Kubert cover, additional art by LaRocha, Dodson, Hitch, Vines, and Neary. I screwed up on this book for submission. I should have pressed it. I did not. The grader's notes on this, because it is a 9.4, says very small finger bends, right bottom of front cover, very small finger bends, right top. Now, this is a book that could easily go back and be a 9.6, maybe a 9.8. I should have pressed this book. This was one I just did not for whatever reason. And I paid a little bit for it. So that happens. That's why the next video I do after the sorting, I'm going to go over. I'm trying to get better at it. I've got a big submission I'm going to be putting into CGC, and I'll share some of the tips and tricks. Sometimes you miss stuff, and that is a case in that. This next book was another nice surprise. I am speccing on the Amazing Fantasy version 2 series, and this is Amazing Fantasy issue number 7, first appearance of Carmilla Black. This bad boy came back in a 9.6 as well. I did not think it was going to get that high of a grade. I was praying it would at least get a 9.6, but I didn't suspect because it did not present as well. But now that I'm looking at it in the case, it is a very nice copy of this book. Happy with the 9.6 on the Amazing Fantasy. The same with this book. I was praying for a 9.6, wasn't sure. And the reason I say that is on both of these books, because there's so much color going on right with the spine that I felt like the spine could have been the giveaway. There was subtle starts of possible ticks. This thing's got like a baby hairline starting. But guys, this is one of my favorite books. There's a couple of other favorites in here. There's a fire stack of CGC books. This is Ghost Rider, all new Ghost Rider #1 from 2014. Super sought after book. This is only a 9.6. I wish it was a 9.8, but 9.6 I was very happy with. This is the first appearance of the new Ghost Rider, Roberto Robbie Reyes. Beautiful book, presents very well. 9.6 high grade. I also feel as though because the market has changed so much, 9.6 are kind of shit on. I think that's a bad move. I think 9.6 need to, the value of 9.6s need to go up. It's a near mint plus copy. 9.6, 9.8. 9.6, 9.8. I don't know. I was super stoked about this. I've held on to this comic for quite a while with the intention to do this, and I did it. That is Secret Wars #1, Scotty Young, 9.8, with the Scotty Young little logo up top, guys. I love the way this book looks. Cover matches the logo. Hard to beat something so cool like that. And it's Secret Wars. We all know Secret Wars is coming, and that is going to probably go into the PC. What else do we got? Oh, and let me jump back for a second on that. Amazing Fantasies, I forgot to mention. The reason it did not get a 9.8 is very light stacking bend on front corner, so I could have pressed that. I did not. Actually, I don't know if I pressed that one or not. I don't think I did. Let's see, 3 more books. These are all bangers, and super happy with the grades I got. This first one is Venom #3. Everybody knows that book. I love this book. I've got several copies of it. At this time, I've got 3 copies. One is triple signed in a 9.8. This one I just got back, and I'm going to be sending another one of these to CGC. 9.8. One of my favorite Venom covers. And of course, this is the first appearance of Null, and it also has a Miles Morales appearance in this story. Incredible looking book, and it is a 9.8. I believe Null will make an appearance, if not several, in the up-and-coming MCU movies / Spider-Man movies. I don't know why they wouldn't. He could be like one of the ultimate big bads, and I think he should be. All right, down to 2 more books. This book, super, super happy about, guys. Spectacular Spider-Man '99, another huge spec book, guys. If you're not following this at this time, second appearance of Spot, first cover appearance, absolutely gorgeous book. Black Cat, Kingpin, and again, a Spot appearance. This guy came back in a 9.6. Super happy with that grade. Could it have been a 9.8? Yes, I think it could have been. Beautiful, very beautiful book. but 9.6 I will take. And then the last book in the stack, I've had this book for over a year and kept talking about getting it graded, and I finally did, and I'm glad I did. This could have been a 9.6. I was expecting a 9.2. It's not that the book's in bad condition, and I think that gets lost in translation when people that understand grades talk about books, or people that have experience with CGC books, when they talk about them, people shy away from 9.0s, 9.2s, 9.4s. They just want 9.6s and 9.8s, and most of the time it's 9.8s. I think that's a poor move. Obviously, know your pricing, but a 9.0 is, generally speaking, a beautiful copy. A 9.2 is a gorgeous copy. 9.4, it just gets gradually nicer. In this case, this is a 9.4 comic. Again, I've had this thing for a year. It is a very cool key, and it is Uncanny X-Men 266. This is a 9.4, first full appearance of Gambit and Mystique appearance. Obviously, this is debatable because of the X-Men annual. You know, there's some stuff going on there, whether this is or is not. I do have, and we'll show it at some point, the X-Men annual, which is the first cameo of Gambit in a 9.8, and I'm sending off another near mint copy. I don't think there's graders notes on this book. Let me check. Get back out of this, switch screens here. Anyways, this is one of the books and goals. Yes, it does have graders notes. So 9.4, light spine stress, lines to cover. And then the Spectacular Spider-Man, they did note as well. Very light bends to cover, very light spine stress is the reason that got a 9.6. Anyways, guys, this is the last book in the stack. Super stoked to add this. This is going into the PC. One of my personal goals for 2022, 2023 is I am building the X-Men main characters in high grade CGC. I'm going to try to get most, if not all, 9.2 and above. We'll talk about that in a later video because it's a fun thing that I'm doing, and I'd like to share that with you guys in a future video. At this time, guys, this was 11 books I just got back from CGC. Now, one thing I do want to note, I posted a CGC video, the 12 that I sent in over a year ago at this point, got them back. Now, there's a big difference in the way that I look at comic books. I have changed as a collector. I have changed as a submitter, and I've learned a ton from being a part of the active community and doing a lot of different things, to include talking to other people, getting better ideas of dirty grading and grading. And this stack, to me, represents that, because everything that I got on this stack was at or above the grade that I was shooting for. So to include the Uncanny X-Men, I was hoping for a minimum of a 9.2, came in with a 9.4, and was super happy with that. So as I mentioned in previous videos, and we're going to continue to dive into these subjects, educate yourself, talk to the community, go through your comics, sort them, and we're going to do some soft grading on some books in one of my next videos, so you may want to check that out if the grading is for you. Now, another thing to keep in mind, if you're a raw book collector, it's just as important to understand grade as it is if you are a CGC collector, in the sense that knowing and understanding where your comic lies within the realm of grading. Now, obviously, no one is spot on, because the CGC grader or CBCS grader plays a large role in what the grade of the comic book comes back. I have personally sent in and received books that should have been X and were clearly not, and then vice versa. So there is that piece of it that you're out of control of, but do your due diligence, educate yourself, and then, of course, go through your books if you're going to plan on either grading them or holding a near mint high grade copy. I've been reached out to several times on IG. Again, you can contact me there, Break Period Out Daily. Being asked about grade on comics, and what do you think about this? And if I have the time, I'm more than happy to share my opinion, and that's all it is. Tough part with photos and grading, and I'm going to go into a whole conversation of this, because buying comics online has, I guess, kind of thrown gas onto the fire in regards to grading comics and what people say versus what you may receive. But nonetheless, understanding at least a baseline of where it could be. The questions that I've had on IG do you think this could be a 9.8? Do you think this could be a 9.6? Do you think? And they were sold that idea that it was. And in some cases, my opinion may not be fact, because again, CGC plays the biggest role in the final grade, of course, was in most cases, no, it wasn't. You've got this issue, that issue. You'd be lucky to get a 9.6. Now, with that being said, most of you should know the bigger the book, the higher the profile of the book, the more critical that it's graded because of the census. At least that's my opinion. It appears that way. And I've heard that from many other people. Guys, this is what we got for you today. Thank you again for tuning in. 11 books on the CGC stack today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, please hit the subscribe button down below. A couple of other things. Don't forget, I sell comic books on Whatnot. You guys can find me there at Breakout Daily. I have a link down below that could get you $15 if this is the first time that you're going on to the Whatnot app. So you can get 15 free bucks. You don't have to spend it with me. You can spend it with anybody you want. And essentially that should cover a comic book or two. And you don't have to buy anything else beyond that. So hit that link if you're interested in getting essentially a free book or two. And maybe we'll see you on there. You can always bookmark my shows and follow me there as well. I live stream on there for hours at a time. I talk and am engaged with the chat. We've got a ton of great videos coming to our YouTube channel. So as mentioned, subscribe here, drop a comment. Check us out on Instagram at break.daily. Very active there. That's probably the easiest way if you want to get a hold of me in the DMs there. It's probably the fastest and easiest way you can do that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another video here on the Breakout Daily. We will catch up with you in the next one.